A big bunch of bananas growing on a beautiful a clump of bananas on a sunny January day in California. You might think that they were getting ready to be picked, but they're not. Hello, my name is Jeff and welcome to my tropical channel. Today we want to talk about this bunch of bananas and more specifically the tree that it's on, which is actually not a tree, but the trunk that it's on that's going to have to get removed today because, believe it or not, they're damaged by the cold. Mostly my fault because I didn't fertilize them correctly going into the winter, and now they've suffered cold damage even though we haven't had a freeze. Let's take a quick look at it one more time. If you like these type of videos, go ahead and click the subscribe and like button. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. I try my best to get back to everybody that leaves comments. But yes, let's take a look again at this bananas. And if you take a look, you see real closely, they're starting to brown. That browning is due to cold damage. Now you say, Jeff, you've told us before that sometimes bananas make it through the winter. Well, yeah, they do here as long as it doesn't get below freezing. But unfortunately, I failed to add the proper fertilizer on this tree. And as you can see, the leaves are starting to, take a look up there. They're all showing signs of cold damage. And you take a look over here, and this one is not showing any cold damage, or at least any major cold damage, because we haven't had a freeze. The big elephant ear in behind it is not really got much damage to it because it doesn't require the same nutrients that a banana tree that is holding a rack of bananas on the tree. As you can see, it's the lack of proper nutrition is causing the tree to suffer, along with the cold, of course. But yeah, take a look at this. You can see these bananas they're really not doing good. And I knew that going into the winter, but I just was too lazy to fertilize it properly. You do not want to give it nitrogen, bananas nitrogen, going into the winter because it will encourage rapid growing. What you want to do is give them a higher phosphorus and potassium. I usually do that going into the wintertime. You can see the smaller banana trees are doing just fine. Not because they're protected, but because they're still attached, getting their nutrients from the corms of this clump. So yeah, you take a look at this thing and it's looking terrible. No way will these bananas make it through the winter, and even if the rest of our winter is mild, they're just going to rot. So it's time to take the darn things down. So yeah, you take a look, and some of the other parts of the clump are not looking that great, but here we go. People ask me, Jeff, what do you use to cut your bananas down? I use this reciprocating saw, cordless one. Get ready. Bye-bye. It looks good, but as you can see on the stem, it's starting to deteriorate. So I'm going to cut the rest of this down. Someone might ask, Jeff, aren't you supposed to cut those down once they start regrowing in the spring, the clumps start regrowing? Well, this one I'm growing, if you look over here, I'm growing garlic, and I need the sunlight. So this thing, since it's dying anyway, it's coming down early. This reciprocating saw sure does the trick. Watch this. It'll go through this like a hot knife through cold butter. Look how easy that was. Well, I won't put you guys through any more of this. You get the hint. It'll takes you a person about less than a minute to cut down one of these big old fat banana trees. So yeah, as you can see, the rest of my clump is doing really good. They'll be pushing out new growth probably in a couple weeks. Here we are, January 6th or 7th, and we still haven't had a freeze yet. So my garden's doing pretty good. It's not this one banana clump hasn't been doing great, but yeah, yeah, you can see there. Look at all that fungus growth or something. Just cold damage, I call it. It's due to bad nutrition. I always usually give them a dose of 0-10-10 about a month before cold weather, and they usually make it through. If we don't get a freeze, they make it through just fine. It's always good to do that. That way, when the soil gets cold, they have the proper nutrition. Oh, look at that. We got a pineapple growing. I just want to point out that I do not protect any of my trees. See there, a banana tree that is young still. It's doing pretty good. This is a different variety, a new one that I'm trying called Vincente Cohel, I guess you call it. Giving it a try. It's doing fine. So, my name is Jeff. If you like this channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button too, because it tells YouTube that people are watching my channel and enjoying. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. You have a good day.